Okay, good evening, everybody. Hope everybody is staying safe. We're going to start here right away with our meeting in the open session with the approval of the agenda. I guess we want to move the policy statement F-2018-2, payment of expenses. We want to add it on, and that'll be other business. Is there any disclosures of interest? And there's no delegations tonight. So we'll move right on into some resolutions. Resolution 52-21. Moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that the minutes of the council and committee of the whole meeting held March 2nd, 2021 be accepted and circulated. Discussion? Okay. Carried? You don't remember. Business arising from the minutes. Resolution 53-21. Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Stefuric. The council accept the quotation from Strongo Equipment to remove and install the front brake planetary on the loader in the amount of $6,788.77, excluding applicable taxes. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 54-21. Moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor McGrath. The council approved the recreation programmer's plan for the Digital Winter Carnival 2021 event, scheduled to take place March 15th, 2021 to March 21st, 2021. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 55-21. Moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor McGrath. The council accept the 2020 Section 11 annual report for the Schreiber drinking water system as prepared by the Ontario Clean Water Agency on behalf of the Township of Schreiber. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 55-21. Moved by Councillor Stefurek, seconded by Councillor McGrath. The council accept the 2020 Schedule 22 Annual Summary Report for the Scribe Drinking Water System as prepared by the Ontario Clean Water Agency on behalf of the Township of Schreiber. 56.
Yep.
All those in favor? Carried. Okay.
Did you just want to use mine to use the
Okay, yeah, thanks. Okay, resolution 57-21. Bear with me for a minute here. Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow. That whereas the COVID-19 pandemic has had significant financial and operational impacts on Ontario municipalities, and whereas municipalities have had to divert resources towards addressing the immediate needs of the pandemic and maintaining service delivery standards despite evolving restrictions and limited funds. And whereas the Government of Ontario has delayed timelines with respect to several pieces of legislation, and whereas the Government of Ontario has regulated municipal assessment management through the Ontario Regulation 588/17, Asset Management Planning for Municipal Infrastructure under the Infrastructure for Jobs and Prosperity Act 2015. And whereas Ontario Regulation 588/17 mandates that every municipality shall prepare an asset management plan in respect of its core municipal infrastructure assets by July 1st, 2021, and in respect of all of its other municipal infrastructure assets by July 1st, 2023. And whereas the key components of an asset management plan as required by the regulation are infrastructure asset inventory, 2, levels of service, 3, life cycle management and financial strategy. And whereas there is concern amongst Municipal Financial Officers Association of Ontario members and their municipalities that current capacity challenges, redeployment of staff and lack of available resources will result in limitations for purposeful asset management planning. And whereas the Ontario municipalities do not anticipate the current capacity challenges to be resolved in the short term. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the Township of Schreiber supports the MOFA's letter to the Ministry of Infrastructure requesting a 1-year extension of deadlines in Ontario Regulation 588/17, Asset Management Planning for Municipal Infrastructure under the Infrastructure for Jobs and Prosperity Act 2015, so that all municipalities can focus on the immediate needs of the pandemic and engage in municipal asset management planning when capacity challenges are resolved. All those in favor? Carried.
It's actually interesting there is they actually postponed the deadline.
Yes, it did. That was very good.
So it is gone out from this year to July 1st next year.
Oh. So resolution 58-21. Moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor McGrath. The council approved the attendance of Dan McGrath and Kay Mullins at the NOMA 2021 virtual conference and AGM to be held April 28th, 2021 to April 30th, 2021, and that expenses be paid as per township policy. All those in favor? Carried. Yeah. So accounts for payment, 59-21. Moved by Councillor Dan McGrath, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that checks issued in the general bank account in the month of February 2021 in the amount of $271,691.74 for general accounts payable be approved and ratified. All those in favor? Carried.
Just one question on one invoice here. It was it's just listed as 259695525 Ontario Inc. What would that be for 9,000?
Do you have the number
Would be number,
or the page?
page would be page 3.
Oh, right at the end.
So near the top. 23633.
236.
33.
Ah, right, that is Northern Computers.
Okay, yeah, it didn't
That's right too.
really specify.
Okay, I can tell by the code next to it, right?
Yeah.
Under the account.
Okay.
But they officially go by a Ontario
Account
number.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. Resolution 60-21.
That's 6.
59.
Okay. 60-21. I don't blame you.
I'm on 61.
Moved by Councillor Morrow, seconded by Councillor Stefuric. Gotta get that wrist fixed. That bank debits issued in the general bank account in the month of February 2021 in the amount of $53,955.35 for payroll be approved and ratified. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution 61-21. Moved by Counselor Stefuric, seconded by Counselor McGrath, that council authorize the payment of invoice number 38914 from Strawberries Floral Boutique in the amount of $463.30, including applicable taxes, for Floral Boutique for McCausland Hospital and Wilkes Terrace long-term care. All those in favor? Carried.
This the one Terrace Bay shared in?
Yep.
Cost,
Yeah.
paid half of this?
Yeah, were they, you have to see if they were invoiced half or how was the case, right?
Yep.
Yeah, good, excellent.
Okay. Move on to other business. 62 dash. Resolution 62-21, moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Stefuric, that bylaw 6-2021 being a bylaw to authorize the execution of agreement between the Township of Schreiber and the Ministry of Transportation related to funding provided under the dedicated gas tax funds for public transportation program for the period of April 1st, 2020 to March 31st, 2021 be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried.
Sign on that one. Sign on it, yep.
Sign?
Yep.
Resolution 63-21, moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor Morrow, that bylaw 7-2021 being a bylaw to amend bylaw 49-2020 being a bylaw to regulate traffic and parking in the Township of Schreiber be given first, second, third, and a final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried. Okay. Resolution 64-21, moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that bylaw 8-2021 being a bylaw to enter into an agreement with Innovation Science and Economic Development Canada, FEDNOR, to amend the Township of Schreiber and FEDNOR Contribution Agreement Bylaw 39-2019 be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried.
This is again just a simple upkeeping bylaw for these dates and these agreements.
Resolution 65-21, moved by Councillor Stefuric, seconded by Councillor Morrow. That bylaw 9-2021 being a bylaw to authorize the amendment of bylaw 22-2020 being an agreement between the Township of Schreiber and Precambrian Natural Service Trails Incorporated be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried.
That was to do with the A6 development
Yep, it's
on the
again.
hiking trail?
Yep, a simple upkeep here again,
Yeah.
the old agreement, date needed to be updated to completion.
I think that's right. I signed too many of that.
No, that's fine.
Okay, the resolution 66-21. Moved by Councillor McGrath, seconded by Councillor Stefuric. That bylaw 10-2021 being a bylaw to deem Lot 21 Plan M55 not to be part of a plan of subdivision under section 50 subsection 4 of the Planning Act be given first, second, third, and final reading and enacted. All those in favor? Carried.
You say lot 21, if you don't mind me asking, is that what it just stated there, Nate?
Lot 21 plan.
The deeming bylaw?
Mhm. Yep.
Does that now include 3 properties, or am I thinking about something different here?
No, this is property at Walker Lake.
Walker Lake?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
It shows the map that was,
Mhm.
the plan, the subdivision plan, subdivision survey was,
Yeah.
Newman's Lake.
That was, I guess at the time, that's what the lake was called, maybe in the past.
Yeah.
That showed 1915, that map. So at some point it changed to Walker Lake
Yep.
for whatever reason.
But as per the steaming bylaw now, this
This
lot
is-
has been removed from the subdivision plan.
Yeah. So did he have a survey, like an additional survey done?
Yes.
Yeah, so he would have had to submit that before anything.
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah.
That, council got to see that for the site plan application.
Right. Have we ever, I mean, as far as I've been here, we haven't
Mhm.
participated in or seen a deeming bylaw before, but that I can recall.
Yeah, this is one of the, at least it's the first time that I've gone through this process, right? It's part of the whole consolidation process for property, and like I said, it's, as discussed in the past, it's, the initial process is again, merging your properties, the lots on title, and you can do that at land registry, and then the next step would be dealing with the township, which only really affects full lots on the subdivision plan. If your lot's not on the subdivision plan, it won't, it's a step that's not needed. But if you have a lot that's on a subdivision plan, the only way you can get it properly merged at this next step is through a deeming bylaw.
Right, okay.
My son Aaron is going through the same process,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
And then you can put the lots together and merge it as one, 3 lots or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You can build more garages this way.
Gives you, it frees you up from,
Yeah.
from rules and regulations.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that wraps up that portion of the meeting. We're now moving on to the committee of the whole portion. Department reports and committee board minutes. Treasurer report, miscellaneous accounts receivable, right?
Yep, and there's the recommendation that council write off CBLT Incorporated miscellaneous accounts receivable balance of $2,707.82 is uncollectible. As part of the report you see there, we managed to reduce the shortfall that we were expecting. That being said, we are also fortunate to be able to lease the Public Works garage at a updated rate to more than account for this shortfall.
Yeah, that, I mean, that, to me, that's success, that you can recover some of that,
Yep.
some of those, monies owing, so there must be a bit of a process to doing that.
Mhm.
And, yeah, so congratulations on recovering some of those funds.
Mhm.
Okay, so we'll go with the recommendation there. Treasury report, the miscellaneous accounts receivable for the small balance write-offs.
Again, this is essentially when certain companies pay their invoices late, right? The interest accumulates on that, and this is just whatever's remaining, and it's a really marginal amount. So the recommendation here is that council write off 3 miscellaneous accounts receivable, small balances, for a total of $7.92 as uncollectible.
Sounds
Everybody's
good.
in favor of that?
Good.
Look to me.
Twist my arm.
Okay. Third on the list, Director of Operations report. Water treatment, SCADA, and other compliance upgrades.
You have the recommendation here from the Director of Operations that council authorize Aqua to enter a contract for $16,898.78 to hire Automation Now to make required SCADA and other compliance upgrades to the Schreiber water treatment plant.
This was something we budgeted.
This is something that we will essentially have in this year's budget, yeah.
For water and sewer.
For water and sewer.
We really have no choice.
Yeah,
I was gonna say it's mandated.
Compliance.
We're regulated to do this, so.
Yeah, we really have no choice in the matter, so,
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
So we are working on collecting again all those costs again. That would be to give an idea to council again, expected cost for 2021 when it comes to our water treatment plant and wastewater treatment plant, and we're aiming to get that forward to council shortly to review, so you're aware of what expenses are going to be coming forward.
With that one, we're good for now.
Yep.
Yeah. Community Economic Development Committee meeting minutes. You want to speak to anything?
Yeah, we
about
did,
that?
we had a pretty good session, our committee on March 3rd, and covered quite a few topics. And on updates on all the ongoing projects, community murals, wayfinding signage. The idea of bringing in an investment attraction consultant, all good ideas. We also talked about the expansion of the bike trail across north of Superior, and maybe any opportunities we might have in Scriber performing a cycling race here. There was a lot of discussion around that one. And then also we talked about a letter from requesting our input on the possibility of creating new housing in our area, Terrace Bay, Scriber. And there was good discussion on that too. So. And also updates on downtown revitalization projects, how that's going. It's a good meeting.
Yeah, it was. Seeing no questions, we'll move into number 5, the rec minutes, March 1st, 2021. Recreation Festivals Committee meeting.
Yeah, so that, I mean, we planned and implemented the virtual winter carnival that went on last week. And we had a number of activities, virtual activities for the community to participate in. And there was some response, not all of them, not all of the activities people got involved in, but some of the ideas were pretty good, I think, and we'll have a debrief on what we could do better next time, or if we wanted to do something like that again, how we can increase participation. So, but I think it was a good effort by the committee.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Scriber Senior Center Committee meeting minutes.
Okay. Nothing really new on activities, what's going on there. I mean, there's so much that's shut down on account of COVID. But we did, one thing I'll mention is we did have a 45-minute virtual meeting with Patty Hadju about any issues that were, you know, going on in our community that she could speak to, and we did bring up the fact that that the additional expense we're going to incur for our wastewater upgrade that's going to cost us, you know, quite a bit of money this year. There were questions on you know, the internet, how to increase or bring broadband to our community, and there's some discussion on that. There were a few other questions relating to the costs of the escalating costs of food and gas and dry goods and so on, but I mean, they're all related to COVID. It's supply and demand.
Yeah.
If it's not being produced, of course, there's going to be less of it. It's going to cost more money. And then we also had a discussion on the vaccine and how that's doing, and increased supply in our area, and I believe that's happening soon. So.
Yeah. It was again really amazing that, you know, our senior center was able to connect to that level. So.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It was a real good opportunity.
That's covering number 7 too, Dan, Senior Coordinated February report?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. Okay, moving on to number 8, Bylaw Enforcement Officer report. The February 2021 summary. That's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of bylaw, soon we'll be doing spring inspections for property for land maintenance, just to again identify if there's any junk on property. So hopefully we can coordinate that with spring cleanup and declutter some lots.
Number 9, bylaw about parking tickets. Purchase of new parking tickets.
And there's a recommendation here from the bylaw enforcement officer that council authorize the purchase of 500 tickets from Nord-Est Printing at the cost of $587.24 before applicable taxes.
And is that who she goes to all the time?
No, this is actually the first time that we'll be using this company. I believe in the past that the print shop in Terrace used to be able to do this. I may be wrong. It's been a really long time since we've had our parking tickets updated. But now that we've had the new parking bylaw passed, that's part of the reason why we want the tickets to be updated, so that the wording is in line with the new short form wording that's registered with the courts. So.
Yeah.
Okay, and okay. Yeah, so go ahead with that. Building permits and demolition permits.
Nothing much yet.
No.
Season's almost beginning.
Okay. Occupational health and safety committee meeting. Good meeting, Doug?
Yep.
Okay.
There's been, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. Number 12, Schreiber Public Library Board meeting minutes.
Library's still doing great things, virtually, obviously. They suspended, when we got back into the grade, I believe, We went back to the curbside pickup and whatever. In terms of the board, there's, Rona stepped down as, the board chair, so now there are co-chairs. Brenda Osmussen and Marilyn Turcott are sharing a position, so that's good, and they've been on the board. Brenda's been on it for a couple of years now, and Marilyn's been on it for at least a year or two, so.
So are they looking for new board members, or Rona's still on the board, but not as?
Well, Chelsea Cole is on the board now.
Yeah.
So, and then so Rona just has become, a board member
Yeah, so
now.
she's still there, just
There's
not-
no vacant
Right.
board positions as of right now.
Okay. Scriber Volunteer Fire Department, report, Crossport.
The recommendation here from the fire chief is that Scribe enter into an agreement with the Rossport Local Service Board for Fire Protection Services in the amount of $2,100, and that the agreement should be for a trial period of January to December 31st, 2021.
I think it makes sense. We've got a lot of good info here, so I'm in favor of it.
Okay. Doug?
Yeah, I am too.
Dan?
Yeah, I'm good.
You
I
know-
think Jan's happy with it, so I'm happy with it.
I'd just like to mention possibly like the figure used here for starters, I mean, you never know, that may have to increase, but that's for later.
Well, that's,
He's suggesting.
yeah,
Well, he's coming back, with a full report, or November or whatever, eh, John?
Yeah, that's correct, before the expiry date. We'll look at it this summer and try to figure out if there's any hidden costs there
Yeah.
and whether or not that has to change.
so would there be a possibility of recruiting from that area, Jan?
I believe there would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would have to be something we look at when that happens.
Right. Good.
Yeah, and this is just the trial, period. We're still in the trial period
Right.
of it.
So down the road, there could be an opportunity.
Yeah, and we're gonna wait for Jan to come back with his first report, and, we'll take it from there, and
Yeah.
hopefully it all goes good. Right on, okay. Number 15, the work order, 14. Same thing. No, not really.
Bunch of awkward stuff.
Aqua, the water and wastewater monthly operations report. Any questions on that one? Hearing none, the Schreiber Water Treatment Plant Work Order Summary Report for January 2021. Hearing none, Schreiber Wastewater Treatment Plant Work Order Summary Report, January 21. Work Order Summary Report.
I have a question. I highlighted here, about sludge hauling from the digesters. Is that something that goes on, I mean, I don't understand it, so I'm just asking you. Is that something that goes on every year, like that's different from bagging sludge?
Well, they'll have to clean out the clarifier once a year.
So that's a once a year thing? They usually do that in January?
Let me see where you at. Well, they did some cleanup work with their own, small sludge trailer. There's no cost involved on that one, from what I understand.
But this is, using a pump truck to haul the sludge to landfill.
Let's see what it says.
That's on page 3 of 8. Right at the top of the page.
I know they used the sludge trailer for a bit, they may have rolled it down as a truck.
No, it says he came from Geraldton.
Yes, that'd be the trailer,
That's the trailer?
yes.
Okay, so that's just a yearly thing that goes on, all right.
They get some plug ups and stuff like that, occasionally they'll come in and just do some small minor cleaning.
Right.
And in the springtime, they have a larger where they'd like to clean out the clarifier.
Okay. You good there, Dan?
Yep.
Okay. And number 17, the Scriber workplace inspection checklist, water treatment plant.
So these things that are checked no, is that the township's obligation to fix them, or ours? Like the one says there's no light?
We are
Do
working
we
on the
have-
lighting right now.
Yeah, so we gotta go change a light bulb?
No, actually, there's quite a few
Oh,
pallets
okay.
burnt out, so we're switching it over to LED lighting.
Gotcha.
Yeah, essentially, like how this works is kind of like a landlord-tenant kind of scenario, so any sort of fixtures on the building that need to be fixed or repaired,
That's us.
we gotta coordinate it.
They're required to do the housekeeping stuff.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
that's the same with the wastewater. You see, there were a few no's on that one.
Yeah. Like, are you fixing the sump pump in the wastewater one? Says there's flooding in the basement, clarifier building, sump pump not working.
Something. Red, is there any update on that sump pump? It's number 15 on
The wastewater one.
wastewater one. Flooding in basement of
That's
clarifier.
part of the reason they had that trailer here. I didn't order one yet, I'll have to talk with them tomorrow. Unless they got it repaired.
But things like, so like number 46, wires and hoses laying on the floor, that's on them, right? That's not on us.
That should be, yes.
But like anything on us, we're looking into it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
But when they notify me about it, yes, it gets.
Yeah.
into-
So this checklist comes to from where does it go to? Occupational health and safety. Where does that go? What's the next link in this chain? Goes to us or goes to Aqua?
They do this inspection. And then when they find something that we need to repair, they let us know.
So all these no's are
Yeah.
is us. It's on us.
Yeah, and this, I mean, it's essentially, right, they've identified whatever it is, and
Yeah.
it becomes our obligation to fix matters that we're responsible for, and otherwise, right, you have a situation where if it is determined to be hazardous, it would interfere with them being able to do that work.
Is there a timeline on all these? Any kind of a timeline, or till the next inspection?
Ideally, you want to do all of this as soon as possible.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, that wraps up the reports and committee board minutes. So we'll move on into question period. Anything, Nathan? No? Nothing back there. Hearing none, we'll move into communications.
Quite a bit of,
I guess we're gonna go in number 2, Lake Superior High School bursary for graduation.
so the standard policy here, right, is,
All right.
Might I make a suggestion? I think, I love that we give out two kids from Schreiber. I'm just, the number of graduates and the number of kids not going on to post-secondary is increasing by the year, it seems. Like, I mean, number of kids graduating is decreasing, and the pool of applicants is getting smaller. So I'm wondering if we want to just say, award $500 to a Scriber, to 2 Schreiber residents who have been involved in leadership, civil service, or volunteer work, period. Like, get rid of the college stream and the university stream, and just say, and are pursuing post-secondary education.
I thought we talked about this last year. Too.
Yeah, and I thought,
Pardon?
We talk about it every year.
Oh.
just a suggestion. You guys are in favor of that.
Well, in both cases here, one says attending college and the other attending university.
Yeah, but if you get 5 applicants for university and none for college,
Yeah, I
you know,
understand
so
what
why
you're
not just say,
saying.
you're going to post-secondary education,
Right.
you've been an active member in the community,
Yeah.
you have a chance at winning this scholarship.
So you still wanna keep it at 2, but
Yeah,
take
but-
out the college university thing.
Yeah, just say who will be attending post-secondary education, and just switch like your couple words to plurals. So
Right.
it have, residents, you know,
That's a good idea, yeah.
I don't think it's gonna change much,
No,
it's just,
Yep.
no, I'm in favor
I
of
like
it.
it, I like it.
I get a draft, of the, change.
A lot of times you will get students from the previous graduation class that will put in an application for this award too.
Mhm.
So you actually have 2 graduating classes trying to get this award, so I've seen that happen over the years.
Number 9 is request for resolution support from Conley Township, Beardmore, the EMS base. We can support that for sure, but we're going to be writing our letter up also and sending it out. We have other stuff to send out. To the Thunder Bay Council and surrounding towns and whatnot. It all goes with the pushback for this EMS ambulance thing.
Right.
When was that supposedly to be in effect, or?
Well, no, they haven't made no decision on it or anything yet. They're probably,
Yeah.
they're not probably, they're gonna make a decision near the end of April.
Yeah.
And,
So-
one way or another,
Right.
wait and see.
so you wanna support this?
Pardon me?
So you wanna support this? Or you just wanna wait until we put ours in?
Well, we'll be putting our
Our
own
own,
resolution.
okay.
We'll be
We'll use
putting-
this like a template.
Gotcha,
We would be putting our own in and all that.
okay.
That's what it's all about, though. We're supporting, like, they'll support us, we'll support them.
Everyone's probably in favor of doing it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else here, guys?
What about this number 12,
Number 12,
Township of Terrace Day requesting support?
For the community safety wellbeing extension request. I've been in discussion with John Hall about this, and he's gonna be taking the lead to work on this community safety and wellbeing plan.
Right.
This is something that is it's mandatory. The province wants us to do it. You know, the whole goal with this again is to allow the community to participate in identifying any threats to the community, and we can start planning, you know, how we can ensure the safety of our residents. Fortunately, both townships can work on it together for a joint plan, and that's the direction that we want to go in. Timeline's coming up soon. I believe it's July 1st for the deadline. So we're hoping that this could also be extended, because it requires quite a lot of consultation. We'll need consultation, you know, with hospital groups and also with OPP. So this will take a bit of time. So any sort of extension here would be good. So I mean, I would recommend this is probably a good thing to support, to give us some time.
Yeah, right on, I agree.
Like the Township of Perry was the origin of this?
Let's see.
Underneath the first sentence there.
Yep.
Reed Township of Perry.
Yep. So they probably put that resolution up first, yep. Also have other local communities on the list of communications there. Of course, Marathon and Manitouwadge with lockdowns. There's also Sanaya.
Shunya.
For the municipal insurance.
Yeah, we could support Shunya. We've supported insurance already, eh?
Yeah, we've been short of
Done
that
that.
lately.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Battle with that continues.
Yeah.
Just every year, again, the premiums are just increasing like crazy.
So what about number 11 then? Something we want to support?
That's
That was March 1st.
Yeah.
Things
Things have-
deteriorated since
Things
then.
have changed a little.
I think, is our situation gone south from March 1st?
Well, yeah, I mean,
Position.
our situation here has been, you know,
Yeah,
the worst
so-
it's ever been.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, if it, yeah, I would leave it for now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if the timing's right.
I agree, I don't think we're getting
Support
it.
that.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I wouldn't, I don't think it, personally, I don't think it's going anywhere. But, yeah, I would leave it for now.
If there are any comments for number 1 in the fire marshal communique? Jan may be able to answer the questions on that.
Yes.
It looks like that is the proposal of what the fire college is gonna be doing henceforth after the closure.
Yeah, I think we still gotta keep fighting for Gravenhurst. You got any comment on that one, John, or you don't, from the fire marshals? Your Ontario Fire College Training Modernization?
This is basically just clarification as to, what they expect the system to become after April 1st, once they've fully closed Gravenhurst. And I expect that it is going to close. It's just, will there be enough political power to reverse that decision down the road? I think we're in an okay shape to weather this until then. We've put in place, 7 of our volunteers have gone out and got the instructor qualification. We've put in place the online learning things with the kiosks last year and the study corrals and the large investment in cameras and microphones this year. So I think we're in a pretty good shape to take on what they call the learning contracts here, which is at the top of page 7, or top of page 3, where they discuss one of the options you have for training in the future. That would be us using our staff to put on a course under the fire college's direction locally at our own time without having to send them out of town to these regional training centers. Everything I said in the previous reports about these regional training centers becoming expensive, I think will hold true.
Yeah.
I know in their map at the bottom, they show one in, for instance, Rainy River. And I know the guy that was running that training center has already quit and taken another job somewhere else. So, I don't even expect that one to get off the ground. I know Marathon has approached me just last week about whether we'd support them building a regional training center. But the reality is, at that point, they'd still be charging $1,100, $1,200 a student for us just to drive there and do the same course I can do here with my volunteers for $60.
Yeah.
So, I told them, I said, I don't really see that happening.
Right.
I said, if there is a course that is so rare that we have to send somebody to a regional training center, it would probably be to a larger center like down in Southern Ontario.
Mhm.
If we needed somebody to go get an inspector qualification, for example.
No, it's good. It's,
So I think the learning contracts is the way Schreiber is gonna have to go. I don't see us having the staff to run a training center here. We just don't have full-time employees that can sit there and put on
Yeah.
courses repeatedly.
So no. I think that makes sense.
okay. Is that it? Okay. Hearing any, we have no unfinished business. We move on to other business. The other business was the add-on at the bottom of your iPads there, on the bottom of your agenda, the policy statement F 2018-2. Payment of expenses. Nathan, want to speak to that?
So essentially, if you go all the way down to, look at the back here. Expenses. Okay, I think actually the policy one was number.
This one, I printed out the wrong one here.
Essentially, the policy here, let me just go here in terms of travel expenses, the whole point of it is to cover cost per diem request for counselors of, I believe it's $147. And the whole intent of it when this policy was created, again, was for the attendance of, let's just say, Board of Health meeting in Thunder Bay. So again, part of it would cover the mileage, and the other half would cover the, would be the per diem cost for the entire day you spend, right? It's a minimum 5 hours just to travel alone to go to Thunder Bay and back.
Yeah.
Of course, now this dynamic is changing because now you have virtual conferences. And in some cases, if you have a long meeting, it may be, 2 hours or maybe 30 minutes, but the reality is you're not traveling anymore. You're going to be sitting down, likely watching the conference at a laptop here. So what we need to do is look at a way to kind of modernize this policy in order to provide some sort of reimbursement for, let's say, hours spent for meetings in town. And my suggestion would be, just off the top of my head, a simple way to do it would be if you divide the $147 and, and into, let's just say 7, as a 7-hour kind of day, and use that to, we'll use that to basically charge however many hours you spend in the meeting. I don't know, that's the thought I'm putting out there. It should be pretty simple for us to maintain, and that would be to cover any sort of meetings in town. I imagine if you have to travel outside of town, we'll keep it, for simplicity's sake, we'll keep it as it is. Just meetings in town in Schreiber, and look at doing it hourly.
You're talking, you're talking out of town
Yep.
meetings.
Yep.
That you're doing in town virtually.
Yeah,
You're
we're
not
not-
talking, you're
so
not
like-
talking committee meetings
No.
where they happen all the time.
Exactly.
Not special council meetings
So
either.
you're talking about you guys attending Roma in April?
Roma,
Yeah.
Board of Health meetings, you go to the
I think that makes
Kenogami
sense.
Forest meeting.
The above.
Yeah.
I don't wanna call it above and beyond, but
Mhm.
the out of town meetings that you're virtually doing, yeah,
Yep.
but not your local committee meetings, not that.
The section is actually at the very end of the attachment, so just looking for, it's titled there, Daily Allowances and Council Expenses at the very last page.
Right.
And if you look there, right, it says, a member of council who attends a function approved by council resolution shall be entitled to an allowance of $145 per day.
But you wanna break that down to a number of hours only.
So we'll divide that 145
If
by
it's
7.
3 hours or 6
Exactly.
hours, then.
For a virtual
Or-
meeting.
Right,
Yep.
that's for virtual. Now, the other part of that is, if we at times might go to Marathon for a meeting,
Well, that would still be,
that would be considered.
no, that would
That's
still
still
be
travel.
Out
travel.
of town, and it would be
And be your per diem.
$145 flat.
In that
rate.
case, it would be $145
Okay,
flat
so this
rate.
is just for
This is
virtual
just-
attendance.
Yep.
I think it makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
simple math works for me.
I don't know what your thoughts would be for Terrace Bay. If there's anything you need to go there.
No, we've been doing it, the way we've been doing it,
Yep.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry, obviously, we're not going to any meetings there right now virtually, so
Yeah.
I'm not really,
Yep.
I think since I've been on council, we had one meeting in Thursday. Yeah. That I can recall.
just maybe draw something up for
Mhm.
just a line or two, that's all it's gonna do, just to cover the virtual part of,
Yeah.
out of
Yep.
town meetings.
Yep. Yep. That's literally it. I'm just gonna be adding a line to number 21. It'll be like 21A.
Yeah.
And it will be any virtual meetings in town. The per diem will be again set as an hourly rate of an
Yeah, so when Roma comes up, that would be a good example.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it
Those big
does,
conferences
Yeah.
are part of the.
Yeah, and
it does take, right, a lot of time. You have to pay attention to participate in these
Yeah.
meetings, come prepared for them, so, yeah.
Right on, sounds good.
Yep.
Okay, so that wraps up the meeting, I believe. Now we have to go back. In camera, so, looking for it, I got my elbow on it.
67.
Resolution 67-21, moved by Councillor Stefurek, seconded by Councillor McGrath, that the closed meeting resume at this time. All those in favor? Carried.